Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Amber. Today we are going to be doing a book haul. I have 14 books to show. It's been about 2 months since I did my last book haul video, so let's just get right on into it. The first one is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I've been seeing this everywhere. I bought this one I pre-ordered because I had seen it on TikTok and it sounded super interesting and I just still haven't gotten to it, but I've been hearing so much about this lately and it's been all amazing things. Like I really don't think I've seen a bad review on this at all. I've seen a lot of people say that this is like their new favorite fantasy. I need to get to it. This is also on Kindle Unlimited. So, I mean, if you don't want to go out and buy the physical copy, I just bought the physical copy because I'm impulsive, but I'm really glad that I did because the dedication page is so pretty. Every chapter header is so pretty. Yeah, it's just a pretty edition. You're following Raven this one, and she's a valued Elding Blade, which is a part of the rebellion group called, I'm probably going to butcher this, but they're called the Fyr du Ath. I'm trying. And her whole job is she's an assassin. And then a renowned bounty hunter is hired by the crown to catch a member of this rebellion group, which in turn turns Brave's whole entire world upside down. And then she ends up captured by the Guild of Nobles, which they're a group of elementals, so they have magic. They plan on using her as a political statement, so they're keeping her in these prisons and her only chance at escape is death. And then I don't know if the other main character's name is Can or Khan. It's K-A-A-N. I'm gonna call him Khan. I don't know. It feels more right when I read it like that. But he killed the king and took his crown. And this says, his never-ebbing ache in his chest, his hunt for a moon shard lures him into the belly of Gore's notorious prison, where he stumbles upon something that rips apart his perception of reality, a shackled miracle with eyes full of rage and blood on her hands. And then it says, the echo of the past sings louder than the creators themselves, and even Rave can't ignore the truths blaring at her from a warmer, happier time. However, there's more to the song than meets the eye, and some truths they're too poisonous to swallow. I know this is like an enemies to lovers romantic fantasy. I know that people love this book, and I can't wait to get to it. It's on my TBR this month. Probably going to be the next one that I start, but I don't know. Anyway, next up is Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Poranek. Again, another one that I've heard pretty good things about. I don't hear a ton on this, but I also haven't seen any negative reviews of it. Everything I've seen has been like 3+ stars. So, promising. This is a YA fantasy. You're following Liska and she has powers, but she doesn't want them, so she suppresses them, but that's not healthy for them to do, and it can kill her. So she sets off to go into the spirit woods, which is a very dangerous place. She's looking for a mythical fern flower where if she finds that and plucks it, then she gets one wish and she's going to wish away her magic. But everybody that has gone into these woods to get this flower have just ended up succumbing to the horrors that are in this wood. She ends up running into the Lesky, which is the demon of the woods, and to her, it seems like a better idea to strike a bargain with him than die. So she does that, and she ends up giving 1 year of servitude to the demon. In turn, at the end of that year, she will get the wish from the flower. But then she finds out that many other people before her have also done this, but they've all mysteriously disappeared before they've gotten their flower, their wish. And so she is trying to unravel the secrets behind the demon in the woods. So that also sounds super interesting. It sounds right up my alley on things that I would like. I like books that have more of like a dark, dreary atmosphere to them with a little bit of mystery behind it. So I'm, again, excited to get to this one. I keep putting it off and I don't know why. Then I got Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and this is by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I hope I'm saying that right. I've seen this everywhere. I've been wanting to pick it up, but I just haven't. This one is a little like coffee shop in a back alley in Tokyo. And in this coffee shop, there's local legend that says you get more than coffee there, you get the chance to travel back in time. And over the course of a summer, you're following 4 different customers who go there in the hopes to do just that. And this is where the title of this book comes from. The trip can only last as long as it takes for your cup of coffee to get cold. So I'm really excited to get to this. I have heard so many good things about this, and I just never ended up getting it. And then I was walking in Target and saw it, and I was like, yeah, I have to pick that up. Plus, it's adorable. It's such a cute little book. Next up, I picked up Purity by Skylar Mason. I really don't know why I got this book, and I just remember seeing it, I think, in like the paperback new releases on Barnes & Noble, and I was in like a romance mood. I genuinely don't know how I'm going to feel about this book because I didn't even really, like, I read the synopsis and at the time it sounded good to me, but reading the synopsis back after I got it, I don't know if I even want to read it. Anyway, I'll just read the synopsis to you. It says, what happens when a shy virgin raised in a purity culture asks her gorgeous player best friend to take her V-card? Livy has adored Cole Walker since he first sat next to her in class. He's 6'5", gorgeous and utterly irresistible. Any girl would fall for his charm. Livy had it all planned to make Cole fall for her, marry him, and share all her firsts. But there's a hitch. Cole has never seen her that way. Unable to flirt, Livy's stuck in the friend zone. Now that she's 21, she decides this summer is the time Cole will take her V-card, no strings attached. However, when she asks, Cole's reaction is unexpected. Furious and fiercely protective, he won't lay a finger on her, but he won't allow anyone else to either. Then they share a kiss that makes the world stand still, leaving Livy wondering, has she misread him all along? So, I don't know. It doesn't sound bad to me, but it just doesn't really sound like something I personally want to read. I don't know. I really don't know what possessed me to buy it in the first place, because, like, reading it back, I'm like, that's just not a book that I would typically pick up. It's fairly short, though, so I'll probably still read it, but I don't know. Next up, I got almost all of the Chestnut Spring series. They did not have Powerless, so I still need to order that one. I just haven't yet. But I got Flawless, Heartless, Reckless, Hopeless, all by Elsie Silver. This is the Chestnut Spring series, minus Powerless. I have read Flawless. I gave this, I think, like 3 or 3.5 stars. I didn't love it. I didn't dislike it. I was indifferent. I personally just really could not see the connection between Summer and Rhett. I don't know. It was good. And it makes me still want to read the rest of this, especially, I think it's Heartless. Or is it Hopeless? I think it might be Hopeless. I keep seeing that it's more like the ending, like more the end books that you see that people really love. I am interested to see more from Cade. I want more of like a background into his story. And then I know that you're following like Bo and I think it was the bartender girl. Ooh. Fake dating and Hopeless. Right up my alley. Okay, anyway, yeah. Chestnut Spring series, you're following, it's all in like the same place, but you're following different couples throughout it that all kind of intertwine into each other. And this one was Rhett and Summer. This one you're following Cade and Willa, which Willa is Summer's best friend from Flawless. I'm actually excited for this one, too. I wanted to follow Cade, but I didn't know that you were also following Willow with this one and theirs. And this one would be single dad trope. Then with Reckless, you're following Theo, which is Rhett's, like, little protege. Theo's dad was a bull rider, like a really good bull rider that was kind of Rhett's, not sponsor, he wasn't a sponsor, but he was like guiding Rhett. And so he was like the father figure for bull riding for Rhett. And so Rhett is trying to do that same thing for Theo after Theo's dad passes away. And so he is a young guy, I think he was like 21 or 22, and he's just getting started in bull riding. So you're following Theo and Winter, which is Summer's half-sister. And I know I've heard a couple things of, like, people don't really like Winter because she comes off as a bitch. But then I also saw somebody else talking about how she just gets like overwhelmed and gets very defensive when she's overwhelmed, which low-key that's kind of me, so I feel like I might end up relating to her and I might end up really liking this one. And then Hopeless, you're following Bo and Bailey, which Bailey was the young bartender in there, and this one is Fake Dating. And then there's Powerless. Okay, so Powerless is childhood friends, and you're following Jasper. Oh, okay, so Jasper is Bo's best friend, and I believe he's a hockey player. But he's pretty much family to the Eaton boys. Like, they grew up together. They definitely act like brothers. So you're following Jasper and... Okay, well, it doesn't say who the girl is. Who? Okay, never mind. I think I know who the girl is. The Eaton boys have a younger sister. I don't remember what her name is, so I'm guessing that's her. And that hence the childhood best friends. But that one's Jasper. You see him in Flawless, but I don't know too much about him. I just know that he's the best friend, pretty much brother, and he's a hockey player. So, that's all those. Then I picked up There Are No Saints and There Is No Devil, both by Sophie Lark. This is the No Saints. I think there's only going to be these two, but this is a dark romance. And I've started There Are No Saints, and I think I'm like 30% of the way through. And if we're being completely honest, I really don't know fully what's going on, and I don't know how I feel about this book. Dark romances are definitely a huge hit or miss for me. I either like them or right off the gate, I just can't with them. They're just too much, too overboard, which I try and go in with the mindset of like, it's a dark romance. They're going to be overboard. They're going to be too much. But sometimes it's just, I'm not really clicking with the book at all. This one, you're following Cole Blackwell, which is like this really famous artist, and he also is like a serial killer. And then you're also following Mara, which she is just this broke girl who's trying to make it as an artist, just scraping by. And then they have like this random encounter, and then he starts stalking her. It's a little weird. There was one scene in here already that just really wasn't feeling it. It was just weird. And I feel like it came out of nowhere anyway. So let's see, you're following those two in this. Yeah. I mainly got these because I really like the covers. Oh, these are also Kindle Unlimited. Both these. So, again. Oh, I don't think I said that either. The whole Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver is also all on Kindle Unlimited. Then we have the Do-Over by Lynn Painter. I got the Barnes & Noble edition with the the heart sprayed edges. I read Happily Never After by Lynn Painter not that long ago, and it made me want to read all her other books because I just had so much fun reading that. I love her writing, and I love the way that she writes, like, the characters' chemistry and banter and their dialogue. It works. So I always hear of the Do-Over and Better Than the Movies by her. I still want to order Better Than the Movies, but I saw this and had to get it. So this one says, Emily Hornby escapes to her grandmother's house for some much-needed girl talk and companionship. There, she wakes up, she's back home in her own bed, and so she keeps reliving Valentine's Day over and over again. And in that loop that she's stuck in, she has to rewatch her boyfriend cheat on her day after day, and she can't get away from Nick, who she keeps running into, sometimes literally in unfortunate ways. So right there, I know her and Nick, it's going to be their, like, romance. Then we have Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. It's a dark romantic comedy. I did do a reading vlog of this. This one kind of just like blew up on TikTok. I personally loved this. I gave it either 4 or 4.5 stars. I still think about this. It's two serial killers. You're following their whole like friends to lover story, and they're both serial killers who kill other serial killers. They meet in a random chance encounter, and then they end up becoming friends, and every year they do this competition together. I can't wait for the other ones. It was so good. I wholeheartedly enjoyed this. It had me laughing, but also being grossed out at the same time. There's a lot of trigger warnings, so check them before you get into it, because there are some scenes in here that I feel like a lot of people probably won't click with. So, very good though. Highly recommend it if you like dark romances. Finally, I got Gothicana by Runix, and I got the one with the purple sprayed edges. I really enjoyed that. Again, this is a dark romance, super popular. I see this everywhere. I do see mixed reviews on it. Some people love it, some people hate it. I've seen some in between, but not too many. So we'll see. But it is a really pretty edition, so I don't care if I don't like it. And then this just says, Vad Deverell, the silver-eyed devil of Varenmoor, the dark god who played like it was both a blessing and a curse, her multifaceted, enigmatic, one-time lover who knew the secrets of her soul, he'd found her. But yeah, so those are all the books that I picked up recently. I want to get to pretty much all these as soon as possible because they're all books that I've seen recently that I just really, really want to read. I have There Are No Saints on this month's TBR along with When the Moon Hatched. So both of those I plan on reading this month anyway. But other than that, I think the next one that I really want to get to, I don't know, they all sound so good to me. So it's hard for me to pick. If you guys have read any of these and you loved them, please tell me which ones that you liked the most so that I can help organize which order I want to read them, because I want to get to all of them, and I haven't really been in like a set mood reading where I want to read fantasy or I want to read romance or dark romance. I'm just kind of in like this weird mild reading slump where like nothing sticks out to me and I kind of just want to read everything. So please help. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all my future videos. And hopefully I'll be pushing out more reading vlogs soon. It's just been a little chaotic lately, so I haven't really sat down to record anything solid. But I'll see you in the next one. Bye!